Next up, we will have some words from two people that I find very invigorating. It's because when you hear the next two speak, something will open in your heart, and you will know that right now we mean business. Our first speaker, like I told you before, we will hear from different aspects of being Black in the queer community. Ola is not only Black, but he is an immigrant from Nigeria. How amazing is that? So, right after Ola, we will have Dee Dee Waters, pronouns she, her.
Thank you all so very much for having me. And as Lo said a minute ago, my name is Dee Dee Waters and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. The piece that I'm going to be doing on today, or the expression that I'm going to be giving today, is one that I've written recently, which is titled One Day. All right, like a little shoulder lane. Sorry, y'all getting into my minutes now. Y'all getting into my minutes. Okay, with me. One day. One day was used in a song once, and it said, one day when the glory comes, it will be ours. One day. Dr. King said, I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. One day. Malcolm X also said that one day may we all meet together in the light of understanding. One day. One day when Black folk won't be scared to call the police, because many of us are just scared to call the police. One day when Black men, Black bodies won't have to approach the law enforcement screaming, hands up, don't shoot. One day when an unarmed Black man is not murdered by the police. Hashtag say his name, Tony McDade. One day when Black trans lives, those Black lives too shall matter. One day when not having to hear trans people be misgendered by media after being murdered. One day when the murders won't have to be so gruesome like the recently murdered Dominique Fales, whose body was dismantled, bodies being dismantled, bodies being forced into a luggage. One day. You see, one day when a minor fender bender does not lead to my life or the death or the possibility of either one of those being an option. One day when Black trans babies are not being murdered, we will say her name, Brayla Stone, murdered at age 17. You see, one day when the Black men that we love will stop murdering us. One day when I can look out at other Black folk and know that they also say that my Black trans life matters too. One day. See, the thing is not about one day. The real question is, instead of it being one day, why not today? Come on.
One day, Dee Dee. One day.